The controversial movie September Dawn opened in theaters last week, and that movie has a local connection.
Clint Olivier is here with why the movie is stirring up strong emotions and the big part the Central Valley plays in the story. Clint.
Well, Monty and Jadine, September Dawn tells the story of the more than 120 settlers who were killed in Utah on September 11th, 1857.
I am the voice of God. And anyone who doesn't like it will be hewn down.
Since its nationwide release last week, the film September Dawn has generated some mixed reviews, but its Valley connection can't be denied.
And in the name of God.
September Dawn tells the dramatized story of Captain Alexander Fanchers' 120-person wagon train that arrived in southern Utah from Arkansas in September 1857. About a week later, nearly every man, woman, and child was killed by a militia made up of members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or Mormons. They were aided by Native Americans and led by Mormon Bishop John D. Lee. Historians say the slaughter began when the men were shot first.
And then the rest of the Mormons and Indians killed the women and most of the children.
Those pioneers were headed to what is now southeast Fresno. Frank Kirkman lives in Clovis, and besides being a Fancher family descendant, he's an amateur historian dedicated to keeping the memories of the massacre victims alive.
This is Fancher Creek, and it's named after my great-great-grandfather, John Fancher.
Kirkman says Alexander Fancher was bringing his family and the wagon train to settle near his brother John Fancher's ranch. No photo of Alexander exists, but he was portrayed in the movie by Sean Johnston. Kirkman says Alexander had been to the valley at least twice since the Fanchers helped settle the area around 1850.
My great-grandfather, John Fancher, waited around for several months and became very worried.
It took more than a year for the U.S. Army to get to the massacre site. Eventually, Lee was convicted and executed for the killings. Out of more than 50 participants, Lee was the only person held responsible.
Aha! See here?
Rosalie Longan volunteers with the Sequoia Genealogical Society at Tulare City Library. It's home to one of the most comprehensive Mountain Meadows collections in the country.
The family developed this library and offered it to us because this was the end of the trail. So we were very happy to get it.
Longan says the collection is one of the library's best kept secrets, but she wishes more researchers came in to take advantage.
So if people are looking for it, they can find it. It's just that we haven't done the publicity on it.
And back at Fancher Creek, Frank Kirkman says he'll continue his mission. He's currently working with other Fancher family members to have the massacre site and graves managed by the federal government. Right now, that land is owned by the LDS Church.
We just want what's right done. We're not, after something that's really unreasonable. I think that, we have no grudges against the Mormon people at all.
The LDS Church says on its website that it's not commenting on the movie September Dawn, but it refers inquiries to a web article that says the Mountain Meadows massacre has continued to cause pain and controversy for 150 years. Descendant groups, church leaders and members, and civic officials continue to work toward reconciliation, and all will participate in various memorial services this September at the Mountain Meadows site. Now, besides the Fanchers and church representatives, that event will be attended by the descendants of Bishop John D. Lee. Jadine.
Interesting. The September Dawn movie is rated R, by the way, for violence.
Uncanny, that connection here to the Valley.
Yeah.
Getting clean water in one South Valley community is proving to be a real challenge.